Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Speak English podcast. I'm David, and I'm really glad you're here with us today. We've got something super helpful lined up. And of course, joining me is the one and only Sarah, always ready to bring smart tips and good energy to our conversations. How's it going, Sarah?
Thanks, David. I'm feeling great and really excited for this topic. I know so many learners struggle to remember new words in English, and we're going to fix that today.
Yes. If you've ever learned a word today and completely forgot it tomorrow, trust me, you're not alone. But we'll show you why that happens and how to stop it.
Today's episode is all about simple, fun, and effective techniques to make new English words stick in your memory like glue. You're going to love this.
So, if you've been frustrated trying to memorize vocabulary, stay with us. What we'll share can literally change how you learn and remember English words.
Before we dive in, take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe. If you're serious about speaking English fluently, this channel is made just for you.
And don't forget the bell icon. That way, you'll always know when we post new episodes full of tips, practice, and real conversations to boost your fluency.
All right, ready to make your memory your new best friend in learning English? Let's jump into the first technique and see how it works in real life.
One of the most powerful ways to remember new English words is by using a method called the memory chain technique. It works by creating a connection between the new word and something meaningful, like a personal experience, a visual image, or an emotion you've felt before.
When we try to memorize a word by just repeating it, our brain doesn't really find it interesting or useful. But when we connect that word to something real or personal in our lives, it becomes easier to store and recall because the brain recognizes it as something worth keeping.
Imagine that your brain is like a giant web. Every new word you learn can stick better when you attach it to another point on that web, something you already know or feel. The stronger the connection, the easier it is for your brain to find that word again later.
The beauty of this technique is that it doesn't require any special tools. You don't need flashcards or apps. You just need your imagination and the ability to connect new vocabulary to your own thoughts, memories, or everyday situations in your life.
For example, instead of just learning the word storm and repeating the definition, you could close your eyes and imagine a heavy rain, loud thunder, and dark clouds. The mental picture creates a deeper impression that makes the word stick naturally.
The more vivid and personal the memory, the stronger the connection. If you can tie a word to a moment that had emotion, whether it was funny, exciting, or even embarrassing, you're much more likely to remember it without effort.
Another great thing is that this method works whether you're a beginner or advanced learner. It's not about level, it's about using your brain the way it naturally works. And our brains remember stories and emotions much better than plain facts.
So, instead of learning isolated vocabulary, start building those memory chains. Think of each word as part of a little story that belongs to you. That way, your English doesn't just grow, it becomes part of who you are and how you think every day.
Let's say you want to learn the word breeze. Instead of just saying, breeze means light wind, close your eyes and imagine sitting on a balcony during the evening, feeling the gentle wind touch your face. That moment creates a visual and emotional anchor for the word.
Now, take the word journey. Instead of repeating the definition, picture yourself walking through a new city, discovering streets you've never seen, maybe feeling excited or even a little nervous. That feeling becomes part of how you remember the word.
If the word is whisper, don't just learn it as to speak softly. Imagine someone leaning toward you and telling you a secret in a quiet voice. You can almost hear it and feel the mystery. That's what makes the memory stronger than just reading a meaning.
Or take the word mirror. Think of the last time you stood in front of one before a big event. Maybe you were nervous or excited. Connect the word to that experience. The more personal and emotional the image, the deeper it gets stored in your memory.
The goal is not to create perfect definitions, but meaningful associations. When you tie a word to a story or a strong visual, your brain has more reasons to remember it. You don't need to try harder. You just need to make it more real to yourself.
Try saying the word out loud while imagining the scene. For example, say breeze while picturing the eye, wind moving the leaves. The act of speaking and visualizing together makes your brain work in multiple ways, reinforcing the new vocabulary.
Even writing down a short sentence about that image helps. The breeze felt cool on my skin. It's not just grammar practice, it's creating context and connection, which is what memory needs to grow. These little steps make a big difference.
You don't need to do this with every word, just the ones that matter most to you right now. The more personal, the better. A word that connects to your life becomes more than just vocabulary. It becomes part of your communication toolbox.
One of the biggest benefits of using this technique is that it changes how you relate to the words you learn. Instead of feeling like you're forcing your brain to remember something, it feels like you're simply recalling a personal experience. Because, in a way, you are.
This method also helps reduce frustration. When you forget a word you studied, it can feel like failure. But when you build strong memory chains, you forget less and feel more confident. And that confidence pushes you to keep learning without fear or pressure.
Another huge advantage is that this approach helps you use the words you learn, not just recognize them. Words stored with emotion and imagery are easier to recall when speaking because they feel more natural. They become part of your everyday vocabulary.
It also increases your motivation. Learning vocabulary through dry repetition is boring. But when you turn it into a creative exercise full of imagination and meaning, it actually becomes fun. That sense of joy makes you want to keep going and learn even more.
And let's not forget how much this method improves your speaking fluency. When words come to your mind effortlessly, without hesitation, you speak faster, more clearly, and more confidently. That's one of the key goals of any English learner.
This technique also trains your memory to work in English. The more you connect English words to your own life, the more your brain begins to think in English naturally. That's how fluency is built, through real mental habits, not just memorized lists.
It's also a time saver in the long run. Instead of spending hours reviewing flashcards over and over, you'll retain more vocabulary with fewer repetitions. Quality of connection matters more than quantity of review when it comes to memory.
And finally, it gives you control. You choose the words, you create the images, and you build the memories. That makes your learning process personal, flexible, and powerful. You're not just learning English, you're building your own version of it.
Let's break it down step by step so you can use this technique starting today. First, choose 3 to 5 new English words that you want to learn. Don't pick random words. Choose ones you've recently heard or that you feel are useful in your daily life.
Next, look up the meaning and correct pronunciation of each word. Say them out loud a few times to get used to the sound. It's important that you feel comfortable with how the word sounds and how it's used in a basic sentence before moving forward.
Now comes the most important part. Build a personal connection. Think about a moment in your life, a place, an emotion, or even a funny situation that matches the meaning of the word. The more personal and detailed your image is, the better the memory will be.
After that, create a simple sentence using the word and your memory. It doesn't have to be perfect, just make it real. For example, if the word is rain, maybe you say, "I remember walking home without an umbrella." That moment becomes your anchor.
Then repeat that sentence out loud while visualizing the image in your mind. Feel the emotion. See the scene. and really live the moment in your head. This is what activates deeper memory and helps the word move into your long-term vocabulary.
To reinforce the memory, write the sentence down in a notebook or on your phone. Read it again, later in the day and the next day. Just a quick look is enough to reactivate the chain you built, and your brain will start to remember the word automatically.
After a few days, try to recall the words without looking. Say the sentences again, imagine the scenes, and see which words come back easily. That's how you know the memory chain is working. It's not just memorized, it's actually part of your thinking.
Make this a daily habit. You don't need a lot of time, just 10 or 15 minutes. Choose a few words, connect them to your world, and practice. Little by little, your vocabulary will grow in a natural, enjoyable way that really sticks with you.
One of the most common mistakes is trying to memorize too many words at once. People often think quantity is the key, but when your brain is overwhelmed, it remembers nothing well. Focus on fewer words with stronger connections, and your results will improve fast.
Another mistake is relying only on repetition without meaning. Repeating a word 10 times with no context won't help if your brain has no reason to care about it. Without a personal link or emotion, the word just floats in and out of your memory.
Some learners skip the visualization part completely. They just read definitions and move on. But if you don't create a picture or story in your mind, you're missing the chance to turn short-term memory into something lasting and meaningful.
A big mistake is also thinking this technique takes too much time. In reality, it takes less time than constant review. Creating a memory chain for one word may take a minute or two, but it saves you hours of future repetition and forgotten vocabulary.
Another trap is choosing words you're not actually interested in. If the word has no use in your life, no emotional weight, and no connection to your experience, it will always be harder to remember. Learn words that matter to you first.
Many learners also avoid speaking the new word out loud. Saying it, hearing your voice, and using it in a sentence is key to full activation. Just reading silently doesn't engage your brain the same way, so don't skip this simple but powerful step.
A subtle mistake is not reviewing the memory chain after a few days. Even strong connections need a little reinforcement. A quick review or saying the sentence again helps keep the link alive and makes it even stronger over time.
Finally, don't expect perfection. If a word doesn't stick right away, don't get frustrated. The goal is to enjoy the process and keep practicing. Every time you build a memory chain, your brain learns how to learn better. And that's real progress.
All right, here's a challenge for you. After this episode, choose just 3 English words you've heard recently and create a memory chain for each one. Use real situations from your life. Don't just invent random examples. The more personal, the better.
Then, write one sentence for each word that includes your memory or feeling. It can be simple, like, "The breeze on my face made me smile." Say it out loud, close your eyes, and picture the moment clearly. This is how you lock in the meaning naturally.
Tomorrow, try to remember the words without looking. Say the sentences again and see if the words come back to you. If they don't, repeat the process. But don't worry. Every time you try, your brain is building stronger connections that will last.
Do this practice for just 5 days in a row. 3 words a day, personal memory, 1 sentence each, repeat it once the next day. That's it. After 1 week, you'll have 15 new words that feel natural, real, and much easier to use when speaking.
You don't need to memorize hundreds of words to improve your English. Just a few words practiced with emotion and purpose can give you more confidence and fluency than any vocabulary list. It's about how you learn, not how much.
And don't worry if your sentences aren't perfect. What matters is the connection you create. The more relaxed you are with your practice, the more you'll enjoy it, and the more effective it becomes over time. Learning should feel like progress, not pressure.
Remember, small actions done consistently lead to big results. Making this a daily habit, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, can totally change the way you remember and use English. It's simple, but powerful, especially if you stick with it.
So, are you ready? Grab 3 words right now, build your memory chains, and speak your sentences out loud. The more you personalize your learning, the more your English becomes part of who you are, not just something you study. You've got this.
Today we talked about how to finally remember new English words using the memory chain technique, a method that connects vocabulary to your personal life through images, emotions, and real experiences. This approach makes words stick naturally and effortlessly.
We showed you how this technique works in real life, gave practical examples, explained the powerful benefits it brings to your memory and fluency, and helped you see that learning English can feel personal, creative, and even enjoyable when done right.
You also learned a simple step-by-step routine you can use daily. And we pointed out common mistakes that hold learners back, like trying to memorize too many words at once, or skipping the emotional connection that really makes words memorable.
And finally, we challenged you to put it all into practice. Just 3 words a day, 1 meaningful sentence each, and a bit of review. That's all it takes to start building a real vocabulary that you can remember and actually use in daily conversations.
If you found today's episode helpful, leave us a comment below. Tell us which technique you'll try first or what English word you want to remember better. We love reading your thoughts and learning how we can help you even more.
And if you've made it all the way to this point in the episode, you're clearly someone who's serious about your fluency. So let us know. Type the word words in the comments so we know you're part of our most dedicated learners. We really appreciate you.
Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps others find our content and grow with us. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you don't miss any future episodes.
Thanks again for being here with us today. Keep practicing, keep connecting new words to your world, and most of all, keep enjoying your English journey. You're doing great, and we'll be right here cheering you on in every episode.